Oh, hey there! How are you? If you're here for the first time, my name is Soumya, and if you want to know further details about this channel, I'll link our intro video in the description. Please go watch it after this video. And today, the topic of discussion is sleep. Why should you even care? Because sleep is the best friend to human being with so many benefits. This is going to be a series. In this video, we will be speaking about the concepts of sleep, and in the coming series we'll discuss how sleep helps in combating various diseases and boosting our immunity system and so on and so forth. Just a quick disclaimer, the content in this video is heavily inspired and a lot of information has been taken from this book called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. Without spending any further time, let's get into the topic. Sleep. When I say sleep, first thing that comes to your mind is circadian rhythm. Yes, this is our 24-hour cycle of the body, and this cycle is adjusted based on the daylight. The light falls in our eye, and when the sun sets, the body knows that okay, this is evening. That is how circadian rhythm works. And who governs this circadian rhythm? There is a teeny tiny part in our brain called suprachiasmatic nucleus, or simply SCN. This SCN governs the circadian rhythm of the body. And when it is time to sleep, this SCN sends out a little messenger called melatonin out to the cells of the body, telling that folks, chop chop, it's time for winding up and then get back to sleep. However, this melatonin is just like a messenger, like our paperman throwing the newspaper in front of our door. He cannot force us to read the newspaper. In the similar fashion, melatonin cannot force our body to go to sleep, but it informs the cells that it is the time to sleep. When you are jet lagged, what happens is your circadian rhythm go for a whack. So to set it back, sometimes people recommend taking melatonin tablets. How this works is by injecting melatonin from outside, we are tricking our body to think that it is sleep time and then go to sleep. And there is another thing called adenosine. Adenosine is basically the sleep pressure of our body. That is what makes you fall asleep. When you get up in the morning, the adenosine level in your brain is less, and it keeps on building up throughout the day. That is why after like 12 hours of being awake, you feel sleepy. That is the adenosine demanding sleep from your body. One important obstacle which can come in the way of adenosine is caffeine. If you are a tea lover or coffee lover, or for that matter any caffeinated drink, pay attention. The caffeine in your coffee or tea gets attached to the brain cell, which are receptors of this adenosine, and sense that the body needs sleep. This caffeine goes and attaches itself to those receptors. The result is our brain is not able to hear the demand from adenosine that it is high time, I need sleep. In pharmacological terms, there is something called half-life. Half-life is nothing but the time taken by your body to process anything in your body and reduce the amount to half. That is half-life. The half-life of caffeine in our body is around 5 to 7 hours. So if you are trying to pull an all-nighter by having coffee, be ready to face something called caffeine crash once the caffeine is flushed out from your system. If you are a smartwatch user, you already know we have two phases of sleep, REM sleep and non-REM sleep. REM sleep is rapid eye movement sleep, and non-REM sleep is non-rapid eye movement sleep. There are still further phases to it. Let's not go there to keep the things simple. So there is a wonderful example in the book I spoke about earlier, which explains the functions of these two phases of sleep. Non-REM sleep is like a sculpture removing the extra clay from the sculpture, bringing the sculpture out. And REM sleep is like the sculptor adding minute details to the artwork. If I map it to our analogy here, non-REM sleep weeds out unnecessary neural connections in our brain to free the neurons. And REM sleep strengthens the connections which are required. There is another important aspect to sleep, which is thalamus. Thalamus is basically the sensory gate of our brain. It receives input from our sensory organs and pass it to the brain, and also receives the commands from the brain and pass it to our body cells. During sleep, the part which thalamus plays is, it shuts off all the sensory activities particularly during non-REM sleep. Everything is shut down so that brain can do its thing. And during REM sleep phase, thalamus opens the sensory gates not to the external senses but to the emotions attached to the memory. In REM sleep, when our brain processes the information, it detaches the memory from the emotions and stores it. That is how our brain helps us dealing with our emotions by sleeping out. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little session. Until next time, take care. Bye.